So, Karl, have you already given up on wearing a suit?
Mate, I've given up on everything, man. I can't get a haircut. I'm just wearing my fucking pyjamas at the moment. Who gives a shit? So, Lucas, for our lovely audience who are tuning in for another episode of Wiki Weekends, would you like to just go over what we're talking about today?
Yes, today we are going to be talking about Venom.
Specifically, we'll be referring to Venom's wiki entry on the Marvel Wiki, which we referred to many times before. And specifically the page Venom, Clintar, Earth 616. Because did you know that's the name of Venom's species? He's a Clintar. Well, let's find out some more stuff about Venom by covering, as we often do, the beginning first. And we should clarify that the wiki we're referring to is talking about the Venom symbiote itself, not its many hosts. With that in mind, Lucas, would you like to take a guess at what the Venom symbiote's real name is?
Well, you just said his name was like Clintar or something.
That's the name of the species. Do you want to know what the Venom symbiote's name is?
I don't know, Big Black.
No. Like, you saying I don't know is the correct answer because it's unknown.
Oh, okay.
And do you remember the first Venom trailer when they pronounced symbiote wrong?
No?
Yeah, they kept pronouncing it like Symbiote or something like that in the trailer. And then they dubbed over it after everyone made fun of them. Anyway, current alias, Venom, aliases, the Black Suit, Black-Hearted Suit, Corruptor, the Other, the Spider's Black Spirit, the Symbio Sword, Symbi, Venom Blade.
There's some cool names, to be fair.
Yeah, and which one of them to you sounds most like something out of Final Fantasy? Because I'm going to go for Venom Blade.
I was going for the Corruptor.
I'm going to say, because I feel like I've used the Venom Blade in a Final Fantasy game once before. Anyway, so relatives, Null, which is the creator, Anti-Venom, which is his twin brother, deceased, Carnage, daughter/son, Riot, son, deceased, Lasher, son, deceased, Agony, daughter, deceased, Scream, daughter, not deceased. So the Venom family has had some badass luck fall upon it. Every single one of the Venom symbiotes, like relatives, like dead. All his children are dead, brother's dead. They're all insane. They've all got as well, like very Todd McFarlane, 90s Edge-esque names. Yeah. Agony, Lasher, and Phage. You know. And then we have here like the various hosts that he's had. We can start with most famous, which is Eddie Brock, and it's also the current host in the comics. We have Bruce Banner / the Hulk. And that to me sounds like the most terrifying thing in the world.
Oh my god, Venom Hulk.
The Venom Hulk, oh my god. We have Mercurio, Arthur Douglas, Drax the Destroyer, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, an unnamed Skrull, Peter Parker, Otto Octavius. And it sounds like the Venom symbiote gets the fuck around.
He does.
It's getting it on with almost like every big name in the Marvel universe, like Spider-Man, the Hulk, Mr. Fantastic. It's like jumping between the Richards, man. Fucking hell. Venom's got it going on. And would you like to jump straight into the history of the Venom symbiote, Lucas?
Fuck it, yeah. Go for it.
Okay, so we have here a quote from the symbiote itself. Been to many worlds, but none of them this strange. Understand feelings, but simple feelings, like colours, bold and bright, happy, sad, angry. Then, met Spider-Man. Feelings got complicated, learned guilt. Also, first time I felt fear, felt agony. Learned feeling, betrayal, learned first words. They called me, monster, parasite, bad. Felt good to be a hero. Did bad things too, can't deny. Matt Gargan was bad. Thoughts like poison stingers. It was a thrill to kill. Knew it was bad, didn't care. Gargan make it easy. Got to punish Gargan for what he did. He was evil and afraid. Lee Price was not afraid. He was a soldier, hurt and desperate. I trusted him, talked to him, but Lee was too strong. Didn't want to talk. Didn't want to be a hero. Wanted power. Couldn't stop the things he was doing. Lee was bad. Hurt me. Eddie hurts me too sometimes, but Eddie is different. Eddie never means to. Eddie is good. Why do we disagree? If disagree, am I a monster? A parasite, bad, can't be bad, wasn't bad with Flash, fought with heroes, was a hero, trained another symbiote, got to learn, got to teach. Flash called me a partner, was never afraid like Spider-Man, but Flash is gone, and heroes don't hide, not from anything, not even their mistakes. And that single paragraph has given me more information about the Venom symbiote than like every movie, cartoon, and TV show I've ever watched where he appears in.
I was just thinking like both the Spider-Man 3 movie and the Venom movie have not gotten it in depth as much as that, as you say, one paragraph.
Yeah, that one single paragraph in Venom like sums up the character more than anything else I've heard. Because like essentially the Venom symbiote is not evil inherently. Mm-hmm. It doesn't know what it is. It's effectively a child.
Yeah.
With like I compare it to like the Hulk, like Joe early incarnation, like Savage Hulk, where he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And all Hulk wants is to be left alone. And there's a quote like this one in a comic somewhere from the Hulk, where he talks about the fact that he doesn't understand why everyone attacks him for no reason.
Ah, right.
You have to remember, like, the Hulk is only like a few years old. It's like effectively a toddler, because obviously he only came into existence when, like, you know, Bruce Banner was caught in the explosion. It's similar for the Venom symbiote, where he didn't know anything, and then suddenly it was, like, you know, attached to Spider-Man and learned what it was to be a hero, and then a bad guy took it over. That's really awesome. I feel so bad for Venom now.
I know, yeah.
Why do I have more feelings for that, like, you know, like paragraph than I do in any fucking DC movie? Oh, and then we've got like the origins here. The symbiote that later became known as Venom was created by the dark elder god Null on a desolate, nameless planet, where it saved a group of newborn baby rodent-toid aliens by bonding to them and transforming them into apex predators. I want to see that origin movie.
See, he's doing good.
Just Venom turning into a giant rat monster and kicking the shit out of everyone. And it says here that after the symbiotes were freed from Null's control and formed themselves into the Clintar, most of the symbiote's memories were presumably altered or erased. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, right, okay.
And then it just goes on like, yeah, basically it kicked shit out of everything for ages.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man found it. And how much do you know about the story of how Spider-Man found the Venom symbiote and came bonded to it? Because it's a really stupid story that I think is really funny.
I know, like, the incarnation from the 90s TV show.
You mean the one where it comes from space?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Okay, well, in the comics, it happens during, like, the Ark Secret Wars. And what happens is Spider-Man's comic gets damaged during a fight. And someone tells him, oh, there's a machine back in the base that can just remake clothing. And Spider-Man's walking in and he asks Thor, mate, where's that, like, machine that repairs people's suits? And Thor points him in the direction of where the suit repair machine is. And Spider-Man walks up to it and there's two machines, one of which is a prison for Venom. The other one is the machine that repairs suits. And Spider-Man, despite being a literal hyper genius in the comics, presses the wrong button and releases Venom. But because Venom gives him a new suit and takes on the form of the black suit, Spider-Man doesn't realise. And just goes back to the fight and everyone thinks he just made himself a black suit. Isn't that a much better origin story of Spider-Man pressed the wrong button and Venom came out?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Man, comics are so awesome. I think the origin story is all we really need for Venom, so let's move on to personalities. I'm curious about this one, Lucas, and again, we have a quote from Venom. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, go for it.
Though we are a benevolent species, that's true that, the Clintar are benevolent and they actually don't, like, they're not inherently bad or evil, and in fact, the reason they like to bond themselves to hosts is to make them stronger.
Oh, right, okay.
That's their whole purpose. They enjoy doing it, and like, they want to help people, like Spider-Man. So, let's make Spider-Man a better hero, but obviously they went a bit insane, and they have a lust for power. So, and though it is our goal to make the universe better, we create no art, no music, no culture, at least not as other civilizations would understand. All we have are our hosts and beings we join with to forge through the cold and unforgiving cosmos with. The bond between a Clintar and its host is sacred. They give our lives context and our existence meaning. They give us history. We all have our hosts to tell us who we are. And again, fucking awesome!
Yeah.
How bad do you feel for poor Venom now?
He's just trying to help people out, Karl.
Yeah, he just wants to help people, and psychopaths keep bonding to him and turn him into like a brain-eating monster with giant fangs. Throughout the symbiote's convoluted history, it has had a number of hosts, both good and evil, each of whom has had a profound impact on its psychology and personality. And I think that's all we really need to say.
And it's interesting knowing that each one impacts his personality when you read through the list of how many people he's fucked with.
And I think one of the people mentioned is a soldier who was injured in a war, if I remember it correctly. And he has like a missing limb or something like that, and they give him the Venom symbiote so he can continue, like, you know, fighting. Mm-hmm. And like Venom talks about, like, I fucking love being bonded to that soldier because he knew no fear. He only wanted to do good, and that was like the best he ever felt. And then Flash Thompson also becomes a hero, becomes like Agent Venom, and Venom fucking loves being a good guy. But then like Eddie Brock's like, nah man, let's be evil and eat brains. It's like, stop it! And it says here that the symbiote became increasingly bloodthirsty, twice abandoning Eddie Brock when he refused to satiate its growing hunger for flesh.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's really harsh.
So Eddie's like, Venom, let's not eat all of the people. He's like, no, fuck you.
And it says here that when the Flash used the Venom symbiote, he used drugs to suppress it, and it hated that.
Oh, shit.
Because obviously he would only use the Venom symbiote when he was, like, you know, on missions, and for the rest of the time he'd just take drugs to stop it. It's like, oh man, that's so mean.
Oh, that is.
I just feel so bad for Venom now. Like, fucking hell, poor Venom. Like, don't you feel bad for it? Like, all it wants to do is help people, and it's just being used and abused, like, constantly, and just thrown between targets, man.
Yeah, I came into this thinking, oh, it's going to be a lot of Venom, like, tearing people apart. And it's like, no, he just wants to be a good guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of pathos to Venom, is what I'm saying. Also, that Venom movie sucks. I don't care what anyone says. Did you watch it?
I watched it, but like as it had come out, on DVD and to streaming services and stuff. And I basically viewed it under the viewpoint of, I know this is going to be a bad movie. Let's go in and laugh at it.
Did you like the bit where Venom, out of nowhere, suddenly decides it wants to save humanity? Like, that's my favourite part of the movie, where it's like, oh, Venom leaves Eddie Brock on his own, and then 20 minutes later it comes back and goes, I need to save the Earth. It's like, why? Like, for no reason. It just comes back like, I need to save the Earth. It's like, there's no reason for this. It's almost like they cut 10 minutes of the movie out and didn't explain it.
Carl, the reason was, it was the third act.
Yeah. Also, if you want to watch a better Venom movie, there's a movie I believe called Upgrade, which is almost the exact same premise, where it is a guy gets a chip implanted in his head that is like an AI that unlocks human potential. And he has to give himself over to this AI to help him, like, Eddie Brock does with the Venom symbiote. And there's loads of really cool fight scenes in it where the guy's getting his shit wrecked, and the AI asks him, do you want me to help? I will if you want. And he goes, okay, then help. And it just murders everyone without any sort of effort. And it's like, oh my God, that's amazing.
You know what that reminds me of? The moment in Endgame, spoilers for this 2-year-old film or whatever, 1-year-old film, I don't remember. And it's just Spider-Man, do you want me to activate insta-kill mode?
Yeah. And he just defeats like 50 enemies at once. And do you know what the best bit about that movie, Upgrade, is? The guy in it kind of looks like Tom Hardy. So it just kind of looks like a rip-off of Venom, even though the actual fight choreography is way better, and it's almost the same premise of guy gets taken over by super intelligent alien being. Anyway, so Lucas, as is often the case, let's shift gear and discuss the powers and abilities of the Venom symbiote, and start with its symbiote biology. It says here that even without a host, the Venom symbiote is capable of freely extending its biomass into tentacles and tendrils. So basically, it's that guy from Prototype, it's Alex Mercer.
Yeah,
it controls its biomass. And it says here, even when it isn't in control of a human host, it can still assume human form for a small moment. Yeah, it sometimes does that. It even does it in Spider-Man 3 for a bit, doesn't it? Before it gets blown up, it turns into into a vaguely humanoid, wide boy. So it actually looks more like Venom when it's not Venom. Anyway, and we say here that when bonded to a host, it can shape-shift to mimic any type of clothing whatsoever, as well as blending Venom in with its surroundings, which means it can turn invisible.
Oh, that's cool.
And it says here that the symbiote has augmented all of its hosts' physical capabilities to superhuman levels, equal to, and in some cases, greater to that of Spider-Man.
Oh, fucking hell.
But it says here, it's a power I didn't know it had. Body storage. Do you know about this?
No.
It says, Peter Parker was able to use the symbiote to store his camera and rolls of film. Just when he's walking about, he's like, oh, Venom, can you hold this for me? He's like, oh, no worries. That's pretty neat. I like that. It says here as well, it's got wall crawling, webbing generation, which is, it says here that it's actually somewhat stronger than Spider-Man's in some cases. So it has stronger things. It has superhuman strength, obviously, superhuman durability, superhuman stamina, regenerative healing factor, a genetic memory, offspring detection, which doesn't come in that handy anymore, I guess. All its offspring are dead. And it says here, body chemistry manipulation. And it says, in order to gaslight Eddie Brock into believing he had terminal cancer, the Venom symbiote altered his biochemistry to simulate the symptoms.
No!
So the Venom symbiote has got Munchausen's by proxy, and it made Eddie Brock think he had terminal cancer.
Oh no!
What? What was that? That's amazing.
Oh, that's
Did you know that?
No.
So he made him think he had cancer, presumably then. So he's like, oh, I need the Venom symbiote to stay alive. It's the only thing that can beat my cancer. Oh man. Fucking hell, Venom symbiote. Digital immersion. In a battle with its offspring Carnage, the Venom symbiote and its hosts were able to physically enter into the internet. And travel between Ethernet cables. What? What the fuck? This is my favourite video series that we do, because I always find moments like this. Venom can jump into the internet and get you. It's got immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense. It can stretch and deform. Telepathic resistance. It's got a hive mind. It's got a humanoid form. Proximity tracking. And then we got to the weaknesses section, and do you know what the weaknesses of Venom are?
Isn't it like sound waves?
Sound waves and fire. So Venom hates fire, and is like the one redeeming moment of Spider-Man 3, just the bit where Spider-Man puts all the metal poles around Venom,
And just
then like hits them
goes
all.
ham.
And he just starts like bell ringing. He's just doing his fucking appeal, and just like absolutely just kicks the shit out of Venom.
I was gonna say the one like really cool moment I remember with Venom in the 90s cartoon was when he like lured him to the bell tower.
Yes, and he like rings the bell, and that's where they ripped it off wholesale for Spider-Man 3. Also, can we please do this, because it's one of my like favourite moments in that cartoon. Lucas put a clip in of where Spider-Man's wearing that suit chasing Shocker, because that guy is fucking voice acting the shit out of that moment. He's like, Shocker, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. It's great.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
As we often do, we'll end on trivia. Despite the symbiote stating that it hates Spider-Man, it seems that the symbiote still has affection for its original host and has tried numerous times to rebond with him. He's even tried to bond to his clone. So basically, just like, it's just a huge fucking like, it's an X that you can't get rid of.
Yeah, it's that X that's like, no, I fucking hate them, and then like when they get drunk, the message and they're like, bring me back.
Keeps accidentally tagging you in photos on Facebook and sending you Snapchats. Then we have the final one. Venom's trademark green saliva is a symbiote's waste product. The symbiote excretes it when it dissolves foreign matter that's entered its body. So basically, it's just burping.
Yeah.
When it eats brains, it farts out green liquid. Love it. I now need, if they ever made that Venom sequel, just a series of Tom Hardy going through the internet and punching people.